Hello everybody, in this video I want to share with you what I think are the best cards, raid card for the Geomancer. Now of course it depends also on the synergy that you have, but right now there are some cards that just feel better than others. So I'm gonna go with the ones that I personally prefer, and I'm using many of them in my build. So keep in mind, just one note that it also depends on your loadout, right? Because you have artifact, for example, that can increase, for example, this one increase mana creature health, for example. But there are other ones. So again, it depends on synergy. But again, as I said, some cards just feel more powerful than others in general for many red and other type of mana builds. All right, so the one that I personally like, I'm going to go over them, and the one that I'm going to talk about, the one that I prefer the most. This one I use regularly in my build, but it's interchangeable. Sometimes I'm changing it. It has special abilities. You can see deal damage to foes in a line, which is great for killing up many small enemies. That's why I like it. And also the animation is pretty cool. Just breathe fire. So again, this one again for when there are many small enemies and I don't want to deal with them, dealing with the big one. This one helps a lot. So this is a good one. But again, it's interchangeable. Not always I prefer using this one. Depends on the mission, of course. Which is also why you might create different decks. Because some mission you probably prefer not go even with healing. And just go with something else. So overall, for regular runs, this is quite nice. Especially when I do missions with lots of enemies, for example. Lots of small enemies. Just going to show you quickly. Sorry, I'm going to go to the guide. Sheave against the horde, this one. All right, so I bring this one with me. Earth elemental, again you can get it with different, all the cards that I'm showing you again depends on the rank. You're going to see different stats. So again, the higher the stats, the better, the higher the rank, the better the stats. All right, this one, Earth elemental, is almost always with me. As you can see here, the V signifies that it's in my deck right now, the core deck. You see here. Core deck is how I actually called it. It's not, just rename it like this. So this taunts enemies for 5 seconds. This is good because it taunts enemies when it summons. So actually, the enemies we're gonna go to this creature, while I actually can focus on dealing damage without actually getting lots of damage in return, which is really nice. And also is a nice damage output and also good health, good amount of health. Of course, it gets higher when you rank up. Emberlings, by the way, I use it from time to time. I'm not a big fan of these. They're nice, but again, I prefer using other cards. So sometimes I use them, but this is not among the ones that I actually prefer using most. Again, with the mana also, it's not that too attractive. Magna Colossus, I love this one. Although you're not using this all the time, it's a very, very tanky creature. Very, very tanky creature. As you can see here, this is rank 4. Alright, rank 4. This is almost 13k. Alright, and let's compare it to this one. As you can see here, this is also rank 4, 16. So both of them really hard. But if you look at this one, rank 4, only 6. Alright. So this is kind of squishy, whether those two are very beefy, all right? But the downside is that this one has lots of mana requirement. You see 7 plus 1 red, so this is lots of mana, all right? However, one of the advantages of this one, it can attack from far, and also if it attacks from far, you can see it can deal damage to several enemies at the same time, right? You see, whenever Magna Colossus attacks from range, it gains trample. Basic attacks, it's multiple targets. So this is very good. So you actually deal damage to several enemies. That's why I like it. But again, because it's very high mana, I'm not using it all the time. But I like this card. Now, Sesame Grasp is, well, I use it mainly because I wanted more sorcery for my synergy with my artifact. But again, I use it, but it's not among the best ones because the base damage is not too attractive. Rank 5, only 4k. This is not a lot, but the benefit from this is it pulls enemies towards you. And when you put enemies towards you, because I'm Geomancer, I'm actually a melee one, and I have my abilities are really good if I can clear up enemies that are close to me. Because, for example, I'm just going to show you. I have this one, you see? The Berserker's Leap and Q. So when I pull enemies towards me, I can do something like this. Alright? And deal lots of damage to enemies nearby. So actually, when I'm able to pull them in, it's beneficial. So it's a good card for Geomancer. Not all the time you use it, but it's a good card. Sometimes there are many enemies, you just want to pull them in, and then just deal damage to many of them. It's also synergized as well with Elemental Shatter, which we're going to talk about in a minute, which actually is kind of a TNT. You just put it and explode, deal damage to lots of enemies around you. So actually can activate it if you have this also available, pull enemies in, and you know, you're going to get nice synergy there. But not use it all the time. Slag Strike, among my favorite. This is a must because this is one that deals tons of damage to enemies. Rank 4, as you can see, this is good for single target, by the way, not for multiple targeting. It depends on the spell. This one is great for single target bosses, for example, or ally champions, those who have lots of HP and you want to eliminate them fast. And the good thing is that it only costs 2 red mana, so it's actually very, very cheap. Very cheap. And it has critical. So do 1% additional damage to target foe if it's affected by damage over time effect. So this is why I have actually, for example, Magna Burst. You can see, no, sorry, not this one. I have Pyroclasm, damage over time. And also other ones that deal damage over time. So basically, this is very good if you synergize this with other cards that deal damage over time. This is great. So yeah, this is a must, really. Let me clear big HP enemies very, very fast. Next one. Oh yeah, Pyroclasm, again, because of the synergy, right? Because of the synergy. I mean, the damage itself is nice to have. I mean, it's not great, but you need to understand that the base damage follows by damage over time for 10 seconds. Which is nice when you're fighting a large group of enemies, then it really shines, right? Not single targets, but when there are many, many enemies. And also because of the synergy with cards that have critical. So you can actually get crit when you take damage over time. So this is, I use it mainly for synergy, for the synergy with my other cards. So this is a very good one, all right? Elemental Shatter. Again, this is with me all the time. Amazing when you have lots of group of enemies, especially small ones. You want to get rid of them very, very fast. It's not too expensive, by the way. You 2 and 2 red mana, so it's not too expensive. It's actually not expensive at all, considering the utility that it brings. Just clearing up lots of enemies and also taunt enemies. So if enemies were kind of sped out, right? It wouldn't be great because then you're going to deal damage to only a few enemies. However, if you taunt enemies, so enemies will come to this one, and it's kind of like you put a TNT and everybody go there to just get exploded. So that's how it feels like. 3 seconds and then deals damage. You see 8k damage to nearby foes. This is a very powerful one, especially when you upgrade it to deal even more damage. Charr. Now this one again is a very good one because it deals tons of damage. You can see foes in a cone. By the way, other classes have something kind of similar. So other mana color cards have something kind of similar. So basically this is in a cone, eye damage. Very good one. Again, it's for clearing up lots of enemies, small enemies, but still it deals tons of damage. 13k, rank 4, it's a lot, but it's not that cheap. Keep this in mind, right? So we have 3 red mana and 1 mana there, so 4 mana in general, so it's not cheap. But again, great for clearing up enemies, especially if we are fighting even with kind of a more tanky enemies. Help clear them up pretty fast. Lava Vortex, well, I use it all the time. Basically, it's a great card. As you can see, 3.2 red mana. So again, not cheap. However, you can see you create a hazard, a target location that deals this 20k is because again I'm rank 4 and increase it to force over 10 seconds. So again, this is great for clearing up large group of enemies, and if you see many enemies, this would be a great time to actually, oh, I'm getting attacked. Oh. Oh my god! Just started. I just need to clear things out fast. Oh, I'm gonna die there. What's happening? What is this event? Oh my god. It's crazy. I'm getting shield, by the way. I need to pick up. Just gonna fight here. We're gonna take a break for a second. Spawn a beastie. We're gonna get some shields. Heal. Nice. You see this one does lots of damage, even for big enemies. The one that I just talked about. I just reset and I was there. I didn't understand why I'm getting so much damage. This is the one that I explained to you, the one I put on the ground. Deal damage over time. Yeah. This one I'm going to explain to you soon. I just need to clear things up here. Oh, somebody joined to help me out. Thank you. This is the explosion, the TNT. You're going to see this one. You see here? Explode. Everybody comes to him. Do damage. Yeah, we finished this one. Alright. This was a surprise. Alright. Nice. So we finished this. Now we can continue explaining. See, the build goes well even when I'm very, very low. I'm surprised. Alright. Where were we? Yeah. This again. No, this one. Sorry. No. This one, yeah, explode. And this one, it told you that lots of damage. You can see when I played this, lots of damage if it is single enemies. Lava Vortex, I also use it. This one, Molten Shell. I think this is my favorite one because it also shields me for 10 seconds, which is a lot. And of course, you get better shielding the more you upgrade it. And also damage over time to nearby foes every second. This is very, very good one. Damage and shielding. This is an amazing, amazing one. This is always with me. One of my favorite cards, Molten Shell. Alright. Magna Burst. Deal 1% additional damage to foes affected by damage over time. So this one actually synergizes with my damage over time cards. So I can deal 1% damage. So it goes to twice the damage basically. But it's not cheap. Right? It's quite expensive, but a good synergy. It's not a must, but again, because it's very, very expensive, this is replaceable, but still, it's good. Especially if you want to deal damage to many enemies, and there are some levels that lots of enemies around you. So if you can synergize this one, or you already have damage over time, you need to understand. When you have damage over time, it's going to take for a long time, right? Maybe 10 seconds, for example. So what will happen is that even if you don't get it with the same time, enemies with other cards still going to get damage over time, for example with this one, right, or with this one, sorry, with this one. See, 10 seconds. So even if you don't get it straight away with both cards available, you're still going to be able to use it and deal that extra damage, right? And because they deal damage to kind of a large radius, it's very, very useful. So again, it's not cheap, but it's useful. Again, replaceable, but still a very good card. So these are my favorite cards, and you can see many of them I use in my build, and I use also white. Just for last note, you want to see why I use the white. Well, basically, this one is for healing. By the way, I might change it. I need to upgrade it more because it's not too strong. But again, this is good when allies nearby, so when I play with a group, so I can heal them as well as myself. And this one, oh my god, this one is crazy. So basically this one you want to upgrade as highest as you can. Why? Because as you can see, any damage due to you prevented and dealt to this creature instead. So basically you become immune to damage. So you want to make this one really, really buffy because this is like having that extra health. So when you upgrade this one, you get basically extra health. Although keep in mind, this one can still get hit by other enemies, right? But in many situations, it's very, very powerful. Especially if you also, when you heal, you can heal him up as well. So you heal yourself and him. Basically, just having like a second HP bar, which is great. Yeah, so that's what I use. These are my favorite red cards, and I use them in my build. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that other synergies, nice synergies with other cards that you might use, but these are the ones that actually stand out the most right now for me, and I'm playing quite a lot. And yeah, these are my favorite one. I'm using them in my deck. That's why I have so many of them. And keep in mind, this also need to relate it to the other synergies that you have. For example, the artifact, this one, the spawns dragon. As you can see here, whenever you cast a sorcery spell, so quite a sorcery spell, and also increase the chance per mana spent on the sorcery. This is why I need sorceries that have high mana. Alright, so this is why you see that sometimes when I, in my deck, I have sorceries. For example, this is a sorcery. This is a 5 mana. We have, this is another sorcery. This is 3, but not, where is the one? Not this one. Where is it? Yeah, this is the one, for example, 5/6, right? When I cast it, there's a high chance they're going to get a dragon, alright? So having actually, by the way, I can replace it with another one. Her spike, this is 3. Yeah, the other one at 3. So basically you want high mana sorcery because you can get a creature for free. This is insane, alright? So keep in mind synergies are also very important. So this is why actually if I have a sorcery with high mana, I don't mind using it because I'm going to get a dragon for free. And when I get to level 20 with this one, rank 20, sorry, plus 20 seconds of dragon token duration for each creature spell in your deck. So if I have 4 creatures, for example, it's going to be 8 seconds extra that the dragon will stay on the battlefield. And I can spawn them very frequently. So yeah, this is very, very good one. Alright. Yeah, of course, other things that I have. I don't have anything good here. But overall, I, of course, adapt to the different synergies that I have. And try to make the most out of this deck. So you can definitely have some nice synergies that make you want to make changes to your deck and use other cards. But again, as I said, some spells are just very, very powerful. You don't want to miss out on them. All right, for example, Molten Shell is a must. Charr is great, lots of damage. Slag Strike, amazing, right? So some of them will really stand out that probably going to be in most red decks out there. For Geomancer or maybe for other type of classes. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. More coming. I'm sorry, I'm a bit sick today. Let me know which cards you prefer. And let me know in the comment section below which one you use, which one are your top red cards, and which class you actually use them with. It's not just for Geomancer, right? You can use red cards in any class. So let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.